let's talk about mods. So, I'm gonna try and start from the beginning, even though I've been doing this so long. I've got folder upon folder upon folder of mods uh, already created. So I'm gonna try and remember how to just start from scratch doing it. The first thing you're gonna want to do is go to thunderstore.io and then select the Valheim games. From there, you're going to download R2 Modman. R2 Modman is the easiest way to deal with mods in the Valheim game. Once you download that, you'll get a package like this, R2 Modman. Looks like version 3.26, 3.2.6 is the current one. Change game. You'll get a screen sort of like this. Mine might be set up slightly different. Probably look like that for you. I like the list better. Where you'll select a game. So you may have to search for Valheim, or they'll be in alphabetical order. Or if you use the grid, just look for the picture. Select game, Valheim, select, pick how you're playing. Obviously, if you're doing mods, you're playing on Steam. Select platform. Then you'll have probably a default already. Then you're going to want to go through and make yourself a new profile. Call it whatever you want. Stream example. Create. Select that profile. Now you have no mods installed. The very first mod that has to be installed in Valheim to work is called Bepinex. So let's go back to our web browser, and you see right next to the pinned R2 Modman is Bepinex. Now you can download that now, or it'll download automatically if you select any other mod. So mods, when they're made, have a dependency string. This mod requires the following mods to function, Bepinex. So if I download Blackstar's Ore Mines, Blackstar's awesome developer of mods, by the way, it'll automatically download anything it's required, including Bepinex. So you don't really need to automatically just download Bepinex. From here, what you want to do is pick the mod you want. You can go to top rated, most downloaded, or newest. I tend to stay with newest or last updated because that way you know they're compatible with any game updates that have happened. So let's take a look at some of the newest mods and see what's out there. Creature Tracker, Valheim Legends. This is one of my all-time favorite mods. Take a quick look at it. Adds selectable hero classes to the game, unique skills and abilities. Now this is called a fork. It's been made by Gia. They are not the original developers of it. Torin was. He has retired. Vistas updated it at one point. He didn't update it after this last game update. So Gia thankfully came in and updated it to work. Me and my friends who play on my server love this game. You can see mod requires following mods to function, Bepinex. So it'll automatically download it. So let's start with my favorite. You could manually download it, but if you're using R2 Modman, there's no reason to. Install with Mod Manager. Open that back up, and you can see in our installed category of our stream example profile, we now have Valheim Legends and Bepinex. Now you can go back and you can do it from your web browser, or if you prefer, you can go to this online tab and you can search for various things. It's not really organized in a way that's easy to search. If you know what mod you want, super easy to just search for it, but we're still looking. Let's go here, go back to packages. That'll show us all of the latest or last updated packages. Let's take a look at newest mods, see what's new out there. Creature Tracker Minimap, shows you where different creatures are. Depends on how much you want to do. So mods can do everything from supplementing vanilla to totally changing the game. I've run RPG mods, I've run MMO style mods, modded servers. I've done everything from just a little tweak to huge changes. Dual wield, chain attacks, skill limit extender so you can get above 100. A lot of mods, unfortunately, in my opinion, are designed for late game. I like the mods that extend early game, because that's our favorite time to play. Things that slow down progression so we get more time before you turn into superheroes. Some mods are just personal for people. This mod is a joke for the Blanket Fort community. You know, may or may not be interested in it. You can always check any of them out. This is a good mod we just put in. It's got some great monsters. Very few good mods with monsters out there anymore, with additional monsters. They're all kind of boring and not well balanced. This one seems to be well balanced, has good configuration capabilities, which I will get into later. So let's go ahead and install that. Alright, that'll do for now. We now have something to give our characters more power, and we have something to give the monsters more power. That should be a good setup. Now, what do you do with this? If you start modded, that'll work. It automatically opens Steam. Now I can't remember when I set up R2. Just follow the instructions. You may have to connect it to your Steam. I believe you do. You may find it automatically. Cannot remember. I don't think you'll have a problem with it. If you do, ask. Obviously, Valheim is launching Steam. Close this message to continue modding. If this is taking a while, it's likely due to Steam starting. Please be patient and have fun. The more mods you have, the longer it's going to take your game and server to load. You also saw this pop up. That's called the chain loader. Whenever you start modded Valheim, that should pop up when Bepanex is loaded. That will run down all of the mods loading. If you see any red in there, that tells you you've got some sort of problem, an error. That red will cause game problems, and you have to isolate it and find out what it is. That can be a complicated process, one that we'll talk about later. Alright, let's start our modded game. We'll make a new character for this guy, or this one. Just pick some random stuff. Long hair. I dig that mustache. We'll go with that. We'll make this as a test. There we go. Start. These are some of my worlds. My server world. For this, we'll start a new world. This is a test world. None. And start. Notice me blinking a lot or coughing, forgive me. Got some disabilities from being in the first Gulf War. Sometimes, causes me to have to do some things. While that game is loading, it does take a long time to load game worlds, even in vanilla, as you're probably aware. Let's take a look at mod packs. I'll go into this more, but just to give you an idea. Just pick an old one here at random. So if you want your friends or anybody else to play in the mod pack, and a mod pack is just your collection of mods that you've put together for your world. That's called a mod pack. You can save that, put it onto Thunderstore so that anybody can download it. These are all mod packs. This one's mine. Testing it now. I highly recommend it. It's for this stream. As soon as I have it tweaked, I'm going to be streaming the mod pack with probably a couple of friends popping in here and there. So you could just download this on a new profile in your R2 mod man instead of picking your own mods, and run the mods that I selected and thought were cool. Now, for those of you who don't know, when you're testing things, you don't want to just keep dying. You don't have to just play and keep running from things. So, dev commands, true. That basically lets you use command prompts. Debug mode, true. God, true, nothing can kill me. Ghost, true, nothing will see me. So now I can run around trouble-free, not have to worry about anything. Let's go ahead and establish where that is. Now when you're in debug mode, if you hit Control and your middle button, it'll instantly teleport you anywhere on the map. The reason I came here, this is Eikthyre's altar. So Valheim Legends. just go to newest. I think Legends is right here. Valheim Legends lets you pick classes. Since this is just a fork, just a remake, they only have a brief description here. You can go to Nexus Mods and get a better breakdown. So let's take a look at that just while we're doing this. So there's all the classes. You have a mage, you sacrifice coal, and you get some abilities. You can go through the rest of them and see. We will just do sacrifice raspberry. So we'll do a Metavoker. Command to spawn things in is just spawn space. Tab will finish it. There's a raspberry. Pick it up. Put it in my hotbar. Press 2. Gave me the powers of Metavoker. If you can see, let's see here. Down here, these are my special abilities. So light, replica, and warp. They're pre-programmed. It is configurable. You can change it, that means. On Z, X, and C automatically. So let's see what one of these does, just to give anybody who's not familiar with mods something to be familiar with. Put my cursor on that hill, I push C, and I warp over there. You do have to have stamina to use a lot of these, so I'm going to spawn some food. I don't know why I'm picking the foods I am. It's totally random, dude. There we go. Just eat those real quick. So now I have stamina, so I can just quickly show you what Valheim Legends does at least. Light is Z. Literally just gives you a light. Oops. Z happens to also be the fly command when you're in debug mode. So, and replica. There's a boar. Creates a replica of the creature. Okay, quick example of the mods. You can see how it loaded. The mods are in the game. Easy peasy. If you're just playing by yourself, that's all you need to do. You're done. Just remember when you start, you start modded. If you want to play an old game or another game without mods, just start vanilla. Never take a character from a modded world into a vanilla world, because you will lose all of your gear when you do that. So if you're playing a modded world, only take modded characters into it and make sure it's the same mod pack. Keep vanilla characters in vanilla. You can't take vanilla characters into a modded world. That doesn't matter. Just don't go the other way. Now, if you think you really built a cool mod pack, you want to share it with people, or you have a server, you want to play with some friends or random people, doesn't matter. You can build a mod pack. I just have a folder here I put my stuff in called mod pack. Mod pack has some very specific requirements. I think is in here. So to do a mod pack, you have to have a README file, a manifest, a picture, icon. Plugins is if you have extra plugins. I had a mod built for me called KG Bin. It's the best mod in the world. If you download my mod pack, you'll get it. If you want it, let me know and I'll send it to you. It's basically just a glowing ball you can throw old gear into and it disappears it for you, so you don't have it laying around waiting for it to decay. And your config file. Config files are what let you modify and adjust mods where able. You can see just about every mod has a config file that you can alter. README file. You're going to need Notebook for that so that you can edit it. Just open up a text file. You can see this one though is a .md. We'll go ahead and close that. So, new text document. Test README. Open it up. Now, you want to put these things in there, some basic stuff. Now, what I put is, this is an old mod pack, so it's not exactly accurate for now, and there's some spelling errors that are since corrected. Config should automatically be installed to match server settings. So when I do a mod pack, I include my configuration files. Not everybody does that. You also want to have it present this information, your Discord information if you want it, who you are, that kind of thing. Title, need to use R2. Notes, then you're going to save it. So I've got this file open. We'll just say README. Now we're going to go to File, Save As. Now here's the trick. I can't save this as a .md like this. So it's an MD file because it'll just default to .text. You have to go to All Files, then save it as the name, and it would be README. I'm just doing test README because it's test. .md. Save. So it saved it. You can see you still have your old text file. You can just delete that one. You only need this one. Now it has saved it as an MD file, which is what you need for your README in a mod pack. We'll get rid of that. Manifest is about the same thing, except for it's a JSON file. So your manifest, as I told you, is a list of your mods. It's in a specific format. Name, version number, website is my Discord channel, description of what it is, and dependencies. If you remember, I showed you dependencies on the mods. A mod pack is just a giant mod consisting of a lot of dependencies. And then it lists in parentheses the mods that you use. You can see it's just like any other type of programming. That's all it is. Manifest, parentheses, and then quotation marks, colon, quotation marks, what it is, comma, everything has to be comma delineated, and then the list of your mods. Now, how do you get that list of mods in there? Go back to your R2 mod man. Here's our mod pack with our 3 mods. Go to settings, mod packs, show dependency list strings. There's your dependency list strings. So what I do when I do these is I highlight this, Control C to copy. I like my stuff in alphabetical order. Just a preference, doesn't have to be. So you can see this is a previous mod pack I was working on. Paste, sort, descending. Now I have this in alphabetical order. It probably was already, but then you want to set it up. If you go to delim.co or just Google free comma delimitator. Great tool. Control V or right click paste. There's my mods. You're going to click on this arrow here. You're going to have it set up for a new line. You're going to go to converter settings, tags. If you remember, we needed parentheses. Everything needs to be comma delimited, comma separated, each new line. So on the close tag, we'll put a comma. Then we just move them over. Now, one problem here is it puts a comma at the end, and you don't want that. Your last mod is your last mod. There's nothing continuing, so you'll just delete that. Copy, Control C or right click copy. Go to your new manifest, which we are going to make. Forget that one for a moment. Should have had this made already, forgive me. New text document. Test manifest. Open. For sake of expediency, I am just going to go to this one. I'm going to copy everything in here. There. It's all the same information written the same way. We'll call this Drago testing version 1.0.0 because we haven't made any changes. Leave that the same. Now we don't have all these dependencies, so I'm going to leave dependencies all the way up to the bracket. Highlight all of this. I'm going to delete it. Then I will go back over to here. Let's capture our now comma delimited data with new lines and parentheses on everything. Go back to my text document because remember I haven't turned it into a JSON file yet. Right click, paste. There we go. There's our dependencies. It's configured correctly, but it's not, it's a text file. It needs to be a JSON. So once again, we go to save as, all files, test manifest dot JSON, JSON file, save. Now if I go back to my folder, you can see it looks the same as the manifest, JSON file. Once you have those two things, that's really the key. You just make a new folder, call it plugins. Again, I'm just using the word test so that I know which one it is. Another new folder called config. That would be it. That would be what you need. So we're going to get rid of all these test ones I did, pretend like we just have this. These were made, you did them all. Forgot about the icon. Just open it with this real quick. That's a picture of the cover of my book. I'm an author, so please buy my book and read it. It's called Topher, Western Fantasy. I just use it as my image. That image must be 256 by 256 pixels. It has to be the square to that size. I wouldn't go much over 144 kilobytes. It should come out to that unless you just have a really huge picture. Any picture will do. It could just be a blank page, could be a red X, could be any picture you like. I just like to promote my book. And I love that painting a guy by the name of Kevin A. Johnson did for me for my book cover. It's amazing. You have to have that icon saved as a PNG file, 256 by 256 pixels. This is the zipped file. Once you have all these things, configs, you can add your configs if you've played the game a while and you've made some changes and you want them in your mod pack, or it can be empty. When you start a modded Valheim game, each mod will automatically add their config file to the config folder. So if you just don't need your own settings in there, you can just let people set up their own. You just leave that empty. Add any configs in there from previous games you've played by just going to R2 Modman in the profile that you've been playing, settings, browse profile folder, BepInEx config. There's all my configuration files. So if I'd made any changes in these, I would copy that entire folder or just the individual config, and then I would carry it over to my mod pack and put it in that folder. If you have any mods that you cannot get via R2 Modman, like KG Bin is that trash mod I have made. RRR Core, I'm so sad is gone, and some developer needs to remake it. It let me customize so many monsters. And then same with these other ones. These are all updates that people did on the side that they didn't upload. They just did them for people in the community. I put them in my plugins folder. They did those with permission of the original modders, by the way. Once you have all those things, highlight them all, right click, send to compressed folder. It'll create a zip file. Apparently very slowly. Oh, not sure why it's hung up there. There we go. I think it's because this particular mod pack had a ton of mods. We'll let that pretend like it was loading. It will have made a new zip file, just like this one. If I open it up, there's all my files. All right, now you have made a mod pack that you're ready to share with others. Not Discord. We will go here, go back to Thunderstore. If you ever want to quickly get to Thunderstore, you can go to your R2 Modman, go to either online or installed, click on a mod website. It'll take you straight to that mod website page. Now you'll have to make an account here. You can see I'm logged in. I have that connected to my Steam account and my Twitch, I think. Or Discord, I'm sorry, not Twitch, Discord. So you're going to have to make an account. Just follow the instructions. Once you do that, you can go to Upload. Upload a package. This is how you upload a mod to R2 Modman, or at least a mod pack. I assume mods work the same way. I'm not a developer. I just made up a name, Drago. It's once a character I played, and that's just the name I used. The community. What it is. I'm making a mod pack. Then you would take that zipped up file there and drag it into here and click submit. I am not going to do that. I don't want to create a mod that's outdated. When I click submit, if everything's correct, down here it'll say success. it'll take a while to be in there. It'll tell you success, but if you try and download that mod pack, it won't work. It's taken sometimes up to 6 hours for it to work, sometimes just an hour or so, sometimes a few minutes. Just depends on something. I have no idea what. So you submit that package. Now, smart thing to do when you're first starting out is you can check all the components. This will let you test your README file. Actually, I think I can just drag it into there. Maybe not. I've never actually checked a README file before. They're pretty self-explanatory. Okay. Got a green line, that's good. Shows everything that's needed. They say that's good. Go back to this. We can also check the manifest. I'm not logged in. You have to log into whoever you are. This is a previous manifest. You can see package same namespace and version already exists. So the reason for that is I have made this mod pack before. It's telling me, hey, you can't make the same one. If it was an update, I would have to change that version package or the name if I want to make a whole new one. Probably the same thing will happen here. Select all, copy, select all, paste. Don't have to hit anything, just put it in there. The only error in this is it already exists, so that's why I'm getting an error. If I were to change this to say 7, no errors found. So you can see I have the name. First I have the bracket name in parentheses, colon, name of the mod in parentheses with a comma, delineating the next line, version number in quotes. I think I said parentheses up there, but it's quotes, a colon, in parentheses again the version number, again a comma, website, in quotations, again a comma, and then on down, same thing. Everything is in quotations, each line separated by a comma, everything closed up nice and pretty in a bracket, and then I should know the name of that bracket being a writer, but you know, in that parentheses. That's what you do. Once you do that, you verify it, go to your upload, everything's good. You'll do what I did before, select your different things, drag your zipped file into that, and it will create a mod pack like mine. There we go. It lists all the mods that are in it. You can click on those to go check them out if you were interested in this mod pack. Kind of tells you what's in the README. So that's how you make a mod pack. It is a bit daunting at first, but it's not hard to do.